Yo, 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 it's Yuma here again with a 25 Magic Night LN video. And today we're going to be covering exactly what the title says, should you play this game? Now, short answer, it's going to be a no. It's like 70% no, 30% yes. It's a very unconventional gacha game where you're not going to get that instant gratification that you would get in other gacha games. And a lot of people are going to be asking, is it pay to win? Fuck yes, it's pay to win. Any mobile game you're going to be playing is going to be pay to win. Is it free to play friendly? To some degree, it is. How everything works, I'm going to explain it within this video. First, what does the game do right? Now, this game really accurately portrays the Koreans' perspective or idealism of how MMOs should be played, whether seeing it through their animes, their manga, or just the MMO sphere itself. In actuality, it's a very grindy game, which if people like the grind, then that's exactly the audience they're catering to, as well as for the fact that drops, everything is rare, everything is RNG, everything is stat based. You're always going to be trying to find ways to increase your stats, even if it's like +1 stat. So it's one of those games where you're going to be spending a lot of time, and mainly it's going to be like it's going to feel like Black Desert Online if you ever play that game, where you're going to be grinding for EXP for the most part and banking on that 1% drop rate, or even less than 1% drop rate for a red or end game piece of gear, which you can perhaps easily break. I think Black Desert is probably the best comparison, where enhancements will break your gear. And if from gray to a blue rarity, it'll instantly break and delete the weapon or equipment. I think purple and red, it'll break, but you can repair it needing a certain material. So it's just another version of Black Desert Online. And I kind of like that feeling, because a lot of MMOs stray away from trying to punishing their players, just trying to please the players as much as possible, which in all aspects, that's the best way to do it, because you want to have a high player base. And I'm going to tell you right now, this game has a very low player base. I don't know if there's ever going to be like a longevity to this game, so don't go in with the mindset of, oh, I'm going to play this for years, because already North America has probably the lowest population, Europe being second, and then most of them is playing in Asia. Europe NA has only 1 server, and Asia has like 3 or 4 servers due to overpopulation from the game start. Now, is there going to be new servers? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think this game kind of thrives on the community being in 1 server. So if you're one of those people who plays mobile games and you see like 100 servers and you're waiting for that next server to come out so you can spend and compete with all the other spenders, try to be that top 10, top 1, top 3, whatever, this is not the game for you, because there's not going to be a new server. It's just going to be likely a single server. Now, don't quote me on that, because this is just from my speculation. It's just the way how things are playing out right now that I feel like it's never going to happen. It's already been, I think, 10 days since the game started. So if they haven't already released the second server, they're not going to, in my opinion. Now, definitely this game definitely required a beta to kind of balance the game. Right now, there are 3 ways you can go. You can go full strength, full intelligence, or a bit of hybrid. Right now, the only viable option really is to go a strength physical build. If you're going magical, you're just kind of nerfing yourself or gimping yourself, because it's so not viable early, and it's so inaccessible to get the skills, the magic skills, or have enough MP or mana to actually cast those skills on a regular basis. So really, you're only going to be playing this game for the community, and especially if you have a good guild that like chats frequently, you're really gonna be the type, like, if you're not jealous of what other people obtain, then and you celebrate their successes with them and they celebrate your successes, it's such a great feeling in that sense. Like I think yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, one of my guildies, me, probably the first ever in this game in all 3 servers, got a legendary drop. and was able to plus six it very dangerously, plus sixed it. And anyone who's already played this game knows that getting to plus six is a nightmare unless you're using like those shiny red hammers or shiny golden hammers, I guess you could say, to increase your success rates, which are very rare to come by the way. He was able to plus six it, and he jumped like 50 60 battle power just from that equipment alone. So there's those moments where you see your guildies getting good things, and it just makes you happy for them, like, because you know how hard it is to get those items, and then when you get it is also an amazing feeling, and that's what keeps you playing, is waiting and itching for that next drop. When is that next drop gonna happen? And now I'm gonna tell you right now, it's completely RNG based. There are people who farm 3 days and get nothing, and then they farm on their alt and they get it literally in the first hour. Now that's another issue I'm going to segue into. This game is plagued with alts, and if you're a spender with alts, you're just going to get that much further ahead. The issue is with alts, you can trade your items into the market and just kind of price it at the minimum gem price, which is 10 gems, 10 diamonds, and then you can instantly buy it on your main account. It instantly shows up on the market, and you can snipe it quickly. No one can really contest your snipe because it's just of how fast you can do it. So you can just kind of feed all your blue items, which is currently where the economy is just blue items, to your main, and then e-bind it onto your main. E-binding is another way to like archive your gear to get stats. So there is a imbalance in that sense where everyone is just alt farming and it's just even worse when whales alt farm. So literally I would say 25% of the player base is actual players and 75% of the player base is alts. So that's not a good healthy community or gaming population, if that makes sense. The economy's fucked if you do that. Right now it just feels all right because it hasn't really impacted us to a great extent yet, because the game is only out for 10 days. Everyone is still kind of fresh, starting at the same starting point where we're trying to get that rare drop, because it's still very rare to get blues, not to mention reds or purples. So for my guildie to get a purple from a box which had like a 0.5% success rate of dropping is bonkers, is amazing, and it just feels great, right? But when you don't get shit for days on days, that's what makes you not want to play this game. This is why I don't recommend it for the normal player that is trying to find instant gratification and enjoy, progress, because progress comes little and very few spits. But if you spend in this game like I have, you have a reason to continue playing, because you already put money into it and you want to keep going. And I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, I enjoy it, but don't make this your main game. This is definitely your side pieces, side game, not even a side game, it's the side game. So make sure this is not your priority. Another couple things to take note of is the fact that there is no full offline mode. You have to manually turn off offline mode, so that's terrible. A lot of games have a very good functional offline mode. Here you have to turn it off manually, and there's many ways it can go wrong. People can kill you during offline mode, and that will stop your offline mode, or like put you to low HP and you'll automatically return to town, which will stop your offline mode. You only get 6 hours if you're free to play, 10 hours if you paid for the extra 4 hours for lifetime. So it's just that offline mode itself makes this game not even an AFK game. You have to really be attentive. The boss timers also are very much long. There's like 3 hours for the main the beginner bosses, then it becomes 6 hours. There's also like 12 hours. So if you miss those windows of getting the bosses and you can never get those windows because you're at work or you're sleeping, then you're gonna fall behind. And that is not a good feeling. So another issue are the bosses being very much exclusive to your playtime. So I had like someone from Korea. I don't know why he's playing in North America, but he can never get the lightless hero boss because we kill it in the morning at 9 a.m. and at night at 9 p.m. And for him in Korea, I don't know what the time zone is, but every time he gets to it, by the time he gets to it, it's probably already dead. So not a good feeling, and it's just not sustainable for a lot of people who have lives outside the game, obviously, right? So those are just a few gripes of why it's not really friendly to a lot of audiences, which is why we have a small player base. Europe is definitely more active, and then Asia obviously is the main audience. So if you're going to play this, I recommend choosing maybe Europe or Asia. North America is just plagued with inactivity or a low player base. I would personally love you to be in North America because I would love to have more players to talk with and hang out with and just keep this game alive for my own personal reasons. But outside of my personal reasons, I can't really recommend this game. And you know, if you are playing this game, there's the only reason why you're playing it is either for the community or you're itching for that rare drop to show up and then have that feeling of exclusivity. But ultimately, there's other games that can do better, and you can find ways to enjoy your time much more efficiently outside this game. But that's it from me. I'll probably make a few more videos, maybe not, I don't know, maybe this is the last Magic 25 Magic LN video. There's not a lot of depth to it outside of the things I've already covered in my past two videos. So yeah, this is Yuma. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.